Morning, everybody.
They are also
Today's Thursday,
susceptible to
March
the illegal
7th,
pet trade
2024.
and are
We're
sometimes
here for a work
victims of
session.
road accidents
As
when
always,
they
we
descend
start
from
with the Pledge
trees.
of Allegiance. Frank Mancini, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you for watching The Wonderful World of Animals. Please like and subscribe to see more videos from our channel.
I would wait for this to be over.
World of Animals.
Well, we're with animals. No, they're partly right.
All right, let's go again.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Frank. First time we've had it with sound effects. That was a little different. Okay, we have several items on today for open session. First up, we have Deborah Wetzel, Anti-Litter Committee, matters surrounding update on the spring cleanup. And Councilwoman Waski is going to lead that off with us. And we have
Yes.
members of the Litter Committee. Please come on up and join us.
Thank you, Supervisor. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you for coming today. Supervisor and Town Board, I have invited the
Thank you.
Anti-Litter Committee to come today to meet with us. They have an exciting event coming up, and I wanted to give them the opportunity to discuss it. They also have a video prepared that they would like to show today, so would you like to start with that?
Yes,
If you
please.
could just all state your name so that the public...
Public knows who you are.
Sure. Deborah Wetzel, I'm Chair of the committee.
Joanne Rizzo.
Jim Meineke, I've been on the committee since 2004.
Nice
That's
to have you all here
dedication.
today.
Very nice.
Well, if I may, let me just give you some background about the Litter Committee. The committee was originally started in 1986 by Jessica Dow.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how long the original committee lasted, but in 2004, George Bartnick brought the committee back to life. And I joined at that time, and we were active, I guess, through 2011. And then in 2019, Deb got involved with Councilwoman Kent, and they brought the committee back again. So we've gone through a number of iterations, okay? Matter of fact, if you drive around the town and you look at the stop signs,
Chip, can you just come up a little?
Yeah, you gotta talk a little
gotta-
closer to
so
the
the mic can
microphones.
pick you up. You were going, kind of go.
okay?
We're gonna...
He'll pick you up like that.
Just lean in, okay? If
Yeah.
you go around the town, you'll see stop signs and other highway markers, and there's a little blue sign on it, okay? Keep Riverhead clean, okay? So that was one of the things we did back in Litter, I call it Litter 2. Now we're into Litter 3, so
3.0.
3.0.
I'll turn it over to Deb.
Okay, so yeah, can we play the video first? This is shamefully parts of Riverhead.
after watching that.
Drinking warm water before
Immediately it
bed
comes to mind
resets
to
blood
me
sugar
that
level.
If you could provide us a list of commercial properties, we will, in conjunction with the town attorney's office, we will send a letter to those property owners informing them that it's their responsibility to clean up same or face possible town code violations. So we would generate a letter out and put them on notice that they have to clean that up or they will be in violation.
All right, we've gone down that road before,
We're gonna do it again.
Tim, with other
We're
supervisors.
gonna do it again.
We emailed Joanne. We have like a 35-page spreadsheet
I have it right here.
of businesses that
Good.
we've been,
Good. Mm-hmm.
since last summer, that we've gone out to over 100 businesses ourselves.
Right, but it might
And
come
many
with
of
a
them have
threat
been
of
cited.
criminal action. It might be held a little bit more in regard to cleaning up their properties.
But
So,
the problem seems to be that it goes to code enforcement, and then code enforcement says we're too busy with housing, and
we
then
will
it
make
takes
time
them.
for code enforcement to address this. That's unacceptable, what you just showed.
Well, how? Because,
Very simple. We will have them do it. It will be part of their daily operations to go out and do that.
all right, so you're telling me that you're gonna step it up, because we've gone down this road where
This
they're
is a new road,
fined.
this is a new highway you're traveling
All right.
on, okay? This is a new board. Let us have a
All
crack
right.
at it. That's what
Okay.
I'm telling you.
So then you know the history of what's
Yeah,
gone on.
because I've met
where
with you and
Yeah.
we've had conversations,
3
absolutely.
months it takes to go out, and then it goes before a judge, and the judge just goes like this, and then, you know, I've driven around recently at a lot of the properties that we had called and gone into, and they're just back to doing what they do. I mean, we've talked to Target especially, because I'm sure their Target in Manhasset Hills doesn't look like like our Target. You know what I'm saying, right? So, you know, I mean, look, I've been doing this for 4 years. There are other members of the committee that are not here today, but everybody on my committee is super devoted, hardworking. We're all trying to make a difference in our town, and we really need more support.
And we really
from the town,
appreciate the work that
because
you
we're
have
not
done over
getting-
the years.
We're not getting what we need to actually keep our town clean. I mean, my mom lives in Cutchogue. I drive through there, it's not like our town. There's just you know, the video says litter begets litter. When people see garbage, they think, oh, you know, it's okay to just let someone else pick it up, or I pay taxes and someone else will pick it up.
I think
So-
there's a difference today. I know there's a difference today, but Tim Hubbard, as the town supervisor, has unanimous support from the entire town board behind him, and he's already made efforts to expand code enforcement and by increasing staff in the department. They're working on a number of different avenues, and that I think that the prior administration held a very tight budget for code enforcement, and we're expanding it, and they're actively doing interviews for additional
Let
code
me add a
enforcement.
couple
We're
of
gonna
things
put,
about that, if I
Right.
may.
we're gonna
okay?
move forward.
I had a chance to speak to South Hull, to Southampton, and the town of Babylon about what they do about litter, okay? And when I spoke to Babylon, you know, we got into the discussion of, you know, picking up litter and some of the problems they have, okay? And obviously one is budget, okay, manpower. And they said apparently they go and get grants to help to defray some of the cost, okay? The second thing they mentioned was they work with the Suffolk County Sheriff's Department, because the Sheriff's Department has a program where they'll send out, you know, inmates to do cleanup. Okay, so I would suggest that
We've
maybe
used that in the past here in the town.
maybe that's something we want to consider, but I think more importantly, all three towns, okay, they have things like litter, beautification, programs like that run by the town itself, okay? And one of the problems we've had is we need to get help, okay? It's Bob running, trying to get somebody to come and pick up the bags after the cleanup day, okay? And we would just recommend to the town to consider maybe the function of working with the litter committee is put in one of the departments, maybe the highway department, okay? Sanitation department, whatever department, the parks department, okay? So we have a go-to person to work with, okay? Because One of the concerns we have, and Deb will bring this up, is we're gonna have a cleanup on the 28th, okay? And the big problem becomes, what do you tell the people to do with the bags? Okay? 3 years ago, we were telling them, bring them to the dumpster next to the police station, okay? And we've had to run around to get volunteers to bring their, you went out, I guess, the last litter committee cleanup, and we're picking bags up, so it just, to me, it sends the wrong message. We ask all these volunteers to come in, and we sit there and say, well, we'll try to figure out how we're gonna pick the bags up, so it's something we can do to help with that. It's a big help to not only the committee, but all the volunteers to come out, and I think it sends the right message that we're serious about, cleaning up litter.
In years past, I believe we've had the highway department go around and pick up those bags after the
No,
day
they-
following.
No, they
When I
didn't.
first came on the board, they did. I know they did
Yeah.
for a fact.
In the years past, yeah, but when I was liaison to this committee, it was on the volunteers
Bring it on.
to bring it back, and so, and, I mean, to your point, and I did get, I was gonna, a pickup truck from Mike was gonna make a pickup truck available, to go around, because they're scattered throughout the town.
Understood.
Yeah, so
Understood.
I mean, if we could do that for these guys, that would be great. On that day. I just want to bring up two things, if I could. What's really important, like there was a in the video, there's garbage bags that, the white garbage bags that we saw. If you see that, that needs to be, or anybody in the town sees that, any constituent sees that, they need to call code enforcement and give them the address, because we have significantly increased that's no longer littering. That's illegal dumping. Those fines are significantly higher. In addition, if somebody sees a shopping cart, we put two things in place. One is we now charge, where we used to just pick them up, and there was somewhere around 20 a month we were picking up. Now I understand it's down to about
they're all
2
over.
or 3,
They're all-
and it could be getting worse. Let highway know, and because we're not only fining the companies, because we also passed a law that they have to have Wi-Fi wheel locks. And if those do not have Wi-Fi wheel locks, it gives us two opportunities. One is to get money for picking up and bringing back, and two is now a fine. And I believe code should not be giving any warnings based on all the work that you guys do, because you've already given all these places warnings. They should just go out and find them.
There's only two places with shopping carts that deal good, in the best interest is Aldi's, you return it, and ShopRite has the GPS.
That's the one.
Because right now, for 2 weeks, I see Holly Lobby's cart on Mill Road and, 58. It's just sitting there. I almost want to call them and say, please come and
Call
get
code,
it.
because what they're doing is they are not following the law. Home Depot also has Wi-Fi locks, because so many of their stuff has been stolen. But,
That's not on all the wagons though, because I've noticed, I always look at it, Home Depot's got a handful of them, but they're not on all of them.
So then
It's a shame.
they can be fined as well, because it's now a requirement, which is required in several towns through our research throughout the country.
I mean, there's one from DJ's right down Doctor's Path, right before the church. There's one sitting on the side of the road.
Can we,
Have you enlisted the help of the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts
Yes,
in past
they always
adventures?
come to
Good,
our,
good.
There's a whole
Yeah.
spreadsheet. We're in the process. You want to finish your list?
and we also, we have a plan, before every cleanup, we go out and we talk to all of the schools. This year, we're gonna go out and talk to the charter school too, I didn't have them on my list, so, but just going back to code enforcement, and this goes back to Southampton Town, they have a system where when you make a complaint, right, Jim? You can track it.
That's
Like, in other words, Tim, like, Joanne makes a complaint. It's March 6th, and then March 10th, she hears from code enforcement, and then, March 15th, code enforcement again. Like, we would get back these very cryptic emails, and we would have no idea what that means, what happened, which business, nothing. Just like, 2 adjudicated, one postponed. Well, what? I mean,
Okay.
if they're really serious, if the town is really serious about this problem, and, you know, I think the video brought this across, it's an image problem. The town has an image problem, and again, when you drive through the rest of the North Fork, you don't see this type of garbage. And we met this week, we're gonna partner, with George Eldey of Wines by Nature for our cleanup on April 28th. So he has said that Brookhaven Town goes over and above. So it just brings me to, you know, why can't our town be doing the same thing as all of these other neighboring towns? If they were able to find the resources and they were able to put it together, and their towns look great,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
I'd just
So-
like you to know that I'm also the liaison for the beach committee, and they would very much like to help with your efforts on your cleanup day.
Okay, great.
Are they on your list? Can I ask a quick question? The Chamber of Commerce, I've tried to call several times on another topic I was interested in asking them about, and there's a voicemail, and no one has ever called back. So is there any hours, or is there a certain person there that we
Bob
could?
would probably know best on
might
that.
know.
I've
There are
called
hours
several
on that.
different times and I just get the voicemail, so I'm not sure who the person is and if there's someone we can contact. Because the other town, Shore and Wading River, they use their Chamber of Commerce. The gentleman met with us, so he was an active person.
Give me your contact information, I'll have somebody call you.
Oh, well, you can just do that.
Oh, you want me to give it?
I
You-
have it, yeah.
You have it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I have it, sure.
okay.
So let's talk about the cleanup then again. It's April 28th, which we're going to try to do it on a Sunday this year. You know, there are some people who say they can't come on Saturday, so we're going to try on a Sunday. Joanna's reaching out to all of the civics and the churches. I'm putting out to the media. I have a list of
Oh, there's the
over
flyer right there.
200 volunteers
We're gonna put it up on
that we've
TV for you,
compiled
too.
over the years. You know, a lot of the same people come back. And I don't know if the board is aware of this, but a lot of people on that list do cleanups on their own. They go out like Julie O'Neill right
between-
here.
in
you know,
between
so,
your-
yeah.
Every week she's out there.
I'm out there too.
Thank
but
God for her.
I wait a week. I never go on anyone's property, but if it's on the roadside, I put my orange vest on, my
Yeah,
gloves.
Joanne does the front of our property, yeah.
That's
So-
Joanne O'Neill, right?
Yeah.
Do you think we can just
Well, she's
establish
my neighbor.
like a list of drop-off points throughout the town?
Mm-hmm.
Of different corner locations where it may be different parks. We provide that list to our building and grounds, our sanitation crew that
Yes,
has
I
their
did
own
speak
truck.
with-
And on
with
Monday
them.
morning, they should be right out and
Right,
going
it's
to
no
each spot,
rush.
run
You
down.
can take all week to get them. It's
Right.
not like.
But you don't want to
because
leave
they-
it though,
they-
because then birds will get in
They
it.
rip open and then
Yeah.
it's another
We
thing.
spoke with
As soon as possible.
Southampton, and they've had a adopt a highway program for 15-plus years. And basically, what it is they have 60 individuals or businesses or organizations signed up. They sign a contract, okay? Part of the reason for doing that is the liability issue. But it's also the commitment that people are gonna go and clean up their adopted road, okay? And basically, they're asked to do it once a month or more often. And the highway department has the list of all the people, okay? And the people have a phone number. So if they go out Tuesday and clean up, they call the number and the highway department makes sure, you know, within appropriate couple of days, I guess, to get out and clean up, so. The same with, I talked with Southhold. Now, they're much smaller than even us, so they're organized through the supervisor's office. And their cleanup is done basically by their civics. Now, they don't have any garbage cleanup in the town, so people take the litter bags and stuff and their own garbage to the, I guess, the town dump or whatever they use, okay? And Babylon, they have a number of programs that involves litter, okay? Some with individuals. They've also set up a program with landscapers because they also do a beautification program where the landscapers take care of the shrubbery and the plants and everything, and they also clean up the area that they're responsible for. So we think there's a lot of opportunity to get a lot more people involved, okay? But we really need the help of the town and somebody dedicated in one of the town departments who's going to be the focal point for our activities, okay? The other thing we'd like to do is suggest to the town board that they consider putting out a proclamation about declaring Riverhead a litter-free town. That'll start to get awareness going, so that when we go out and talk to businesses, talk to people, they say, oh, you know, I saw that, okay, I saw it on Channel 22, or, you know, it was a proclamation came out from the town, so that could be a big help to help support the effort.
Okay.
Okay, well, the weekend of your cleanup, I have spoken with Building and Grounds, and they, on Friday, are going to have all of your stuff moved from the basement
Supplies,
up,
great.
up here, so that's nothing that you have to do. It will be ready to go on Sunday morning.
Okay.
I will meet you here in the morning and let you into the building.
Okay.
We are going to get some drop-off points, where you'll be able to leave the garbage, and they will come on Monday and pick it up for you. So we're very actively working with you, and we want to see Riverhead be a better place, cleaner place. So, you know, that's why you're here. When the supervisor said, you know, that we're working together, it's a new day today, and, you know, the increase in fines was done in January, beginning of February. That's new, that this board did. So we are making an effort to help you,
Great.
which is why I've met with you one time, and here you are already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, we're hearing you.
We appreciate all the help we've gotten from the council people who have supported and been liaisons to the committee. Matter of fact, we keep them pretty busy. Okay.
Yeah, well, you've got a good liaison here.
Just for the public that may not have participated prior to this and wants to know more about it, you show up here at Riverhead Town Hall on the day of the pickup.
Right.
We will have litter pickers and bags,
Right.
And gloves.
gloves
Yeah.
and
Safety.
vests. Do we still have
Safety-
vests?
We have
Yeah,
safety
vests.
vests.
Okay.
Yep.
And then are they assigned out to an area to do, or can they go to their own area that is on their mind they want to clean up, or both?
It's both. Too.
Okay.
We have a list of about 35 locations, so that's streets, parks, and beaches. Some people come in, you know, what we've learned is that if we have a bigger group, we'll send them to the beach.
Okay.
But some people want certain roads cleaned up. You know, this is just an aside, but the town itself has properties that are not
Yeah.
clean. The water tower is a big one. That property has not been cleaned. I cleaned that myself like 4 years ago with a group of
The
people.
one on 58?
That's right.
Okay.
I mean, you could see right along the roadway there, and if you go in deeper, there were bicycles in there, and so, you know, there are several town parking lots that are not cleaned up on a regular basis, so what's gonna be done about that?
And we will take care of that.
All right.
We will make sure the appropriate people get out to take care of that.
Yeah. And then the other thing, and maybe this is for another meeting or more consideration within our committee, is to do a townwide public awareness campaign. To actually have messages, you know, PSAs, News 12, in the paper, whatever it takes to discourage people from littering.
Okay?
I mean, because, you know, there are people that drive around and throw stuff out their car window all
On
the
a
time.
regular basis.
Oh, my God.
And
especially
they-
with the farms and the vineyards, it's so distasteful. I've been driving from Riverhead to Southold I'm a retired teacher, 35 years, and I drive from Sound Avenue all the way into Southold, and you can just see it getting worse. And when I see things on the side of a beautiful vineyard or a farm where you're getting your food from, I mean, that's so distasteful to me. It's sad. It really
It
is
is.
sad.
I mean, it may be working with Dunkin', who do we see, Joe? Dunkin'
Oh,
Donuts,
Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts,
Burger
and
King,
Yeah.
McDonald's,
But
right?
if-
All of, maybe it's, but that's at a corporate
yeah,
level.
that's a different
So that's
issue.
a whole other,
Yeah. And there's no way those items can get to those locations by wind. You know, it just blows there. It is literally,
people.
and you know, it is discouraging we live in Willow Ponds development, and we're seeing such a changeover, more and more buyers and sellers, and so you have people drive around these communities, and same thing in our own community. We have a group of people that go out, and anytime I take a walk somewhere in this community, I always have gloves in a bag. I always, if I'm going to take a walk in Veterans Park, I bring it. I even send her pictures so that she knows. And I think that's also in the PR portion, is a short video, not like, maybe not so much like that, but on the same theme of, you know, if you do a proclamation, here's a video. Every once in a while it goes on your website, you know, that this is what, you know, schools can get the video. As a teacher for 35 years, there's always assemblies and programs. Even just a short video of, like, I would say no more than a minute. No one's going to hold their attention for a minute.
Right.
But a little bit like that, but a little bit about what you can
awareness.
do. Can you sign up for the committee? You know, and as Jim said, it should be ongoing. I mean, because my husband and I just go out with our vests in our own outside our development. And we never go on anyone's personal property, just enough where we could grab something. And we always get a bag full. It's amazing what you would see. And, you know, we wear boots, and we make sure we do it when the grass is cut, so, you know, we don't get any tick bites. But as a teacher, I've been very active in the Southhold community, the Adopt a Highway, and establishing some kind of web page and litter identifiers. So if I can't do it myself, I could say, okay, Deb, what's the phone number, you know, on Middle Road in this area, there was like 3 mattresses, you know, especially by PSE and G. That area by PSE and G.
That sliver of land between Middle and Doctor's Path,
Yeah.
yes. I know what you're
And
talking
it's
about.
not even areas where you say it's low income. That's a misnomer, because it is in other areas where there are nicer homes, and it's really sad. And, you know, the fact that I always bring gloves in my car, it makes me think, where is our mission? Where is the mission of the community? I know in Stony Brook, they have it printed on their garbage pails. They have a quote about their community, and it's sort of about litter, but it's a quote. You know, we take pride in our community, and just as Jim said, you have those little flags on the lampposts. Maybe you could give us a few, like keep Riverhead clean, you know, be proud of Riverhead. You know, some of those little flag things that sign up by the pots that are hung. 1 or 2 could, you know, send, like by the theater, you know.
What you're talking about with PSAs is going to be addressed in one of the matters that we're discussing, our last matter on open session today.
Okay.
We're doing a whole marketing campaign, we'll get into that. And this certainly would fit right
Just
into
a
that for
segment.
public awareness, with videos that are going to be posted and messages and reaching out to the community. This will fit perfect into this.
Because I noticed when we go out to the schools, we get a mix of reactions. We either get, you know, I would never do that, or in one class that I had, a kid from the back raised his hand and said, well, I don't like the smell of McDonald's in my car, so I throw it out the window. And all the other kids were, what are you doing? But, you know, we go out to the schools because we feel then our message to them is, tell your parents when you're in the car with somebody, you know, tell them not to litter. You know what I mean? Because there are lots of people that just think it's, you know.
You
And
see
I'm
it all the
saying-
time. You follow a
Yeah.
car down the road, and somebody just chucks something out the car. And
And I've also
I hate to
learned,
say what my father would have done to me if I was in the car as a kid and did that,
Right.
but,
and it's,
you know, well, yeah, but I don't litter also. So, I mean, some of these
Yeah.
people are
I would
raised
hold it.
differently, and
and it's
Mentality.
it's not about putting more garbage pails, I've noticed, in the parks and stuff. It's really not. I enjoy the parks out here. I use them. It's not about, oh, let's add more garbage pails. Because adding more garbage pails actually makes it worse. Because if you have certain garbage pails, those are the go-to garbage pails. You don't need to add 10 more. And a lot of people believe, like, oh, you know, let's just add more garbage pails. That's not the issue.
And then people will bring their household garbage.
Yeah, you have
to
to
We
sort
see
of
that.
cover
Yes,
it.
we
We see
had
that.
we had that issue too. So
I think you
um,
covered everything.
just want to end up on one more note, and this is a positive thing, that Jim is working on a business recognition program. We're going to go out to the businesses that are keeping their properties clean, and those
this
are
again fits
the car
exactly into
dealerships.
what we're dealing with, yes.
The car dealerships, Tim, as you know,
Right.
are pristine, which is an example for every other business out here that they can be doing the same.
Correct.
But it's not, you know, I met, one time I was talking with Target and they said, well, I don't have the manpower.
Either do we.
You know,
I see
And
them
it's
on
their
their
property.
phones.
send one person out every hour and, you know,
That's not
because-
acceptable, because
You have
they
workers.
have a service that cleans the property up, okay, landscapers, or they have.
Absolutely.
once
And
a
they pay
week.
them to do that.
Right.
Once
so
a
it-
week, it's not enough.
Let me ask this to the supervisor. Do we have the ability, like, if somebody's grass is 2 feet high, we can go in and cut it down and then
You
charge
charge
it?
them,
So
correct.
do we have the ability to go into these places, clean it up, and charge them?
I don't think it fits under the blighted law that we currently have, that we do that under, because that would be under our, if, you know, your house, you're just letting everything go.
That's different.
And then we can charge it, we actually attach it to their tax bill. So I don't know how that works between residential and commercial, and I don't know if it's addressed in our blighted law to go in and deal with litter.
We shouldn't have to. If we just keep hitting stronger fines, that sends the message, and it's cheaper to hire somebody to clean it than to pay the fine. So we just gotta start hitting them and hitting them hard with
I
fines.
think the recognition is a good way. You actually make some kind of document and they can display it in their store or business, just like a, you know, plaque. I mean, but, you know, a certain document saying, you know, this place is exceptional and taking pride in our community. I mean, you can make it up on the computer. It's not that, you know, we used to
we
do it
have
in our
that.
classroom.
This is exactly, I'm telling you, you hit the
Okay.
nail on the head. This is exactly one of the
To
things
be
we're gonna
honest
be
with you,
doing.
all the litter committee has to do is take part of that video and add, you know, a person speaking and not have to redo the whole thing.
Right.
And just say, these are the numbers and websites you can contact us. And if you want to be a business that is recognized, they all should, you know, that should be in there as well. And that sends a message in this day and age, videos, I'm sorry to say, but,
You're right.
you know, sending letters are official. But, yeah, Target is the worst, and the corner, by, well, PSC&G, but the corner on Mill Road and Home Depot, that side road. And I see people out there, I think it is Jeannie, that there's like a vacant area, I don't know if Home Depot
That's
owns
Cauliflower
that.
Association.
Cauliflower Association.
Well, no, not that one, across the street. Across the street, go a little past Home Depot, going north to
A
Sound
little
Avenue.
north of Home Depot, across from the mobile home park?
Yes.
Okay.
I see people out there, the shopping carts, I'm sure they come and get the shopping carts, but I see people, I don't know if they're volunteers, but that's a bad area. And behind the credit union on Middle Road is a dumping area. I don't know if
Yeah.
people have been coming to pick it up. It's right, you know, I don't know who's, that's the PSE chief property or the highway, I don't know, but it's like a little alcove on Middle Road behind the credit union. And
Yep.
it's been pretty cleaned up lately, but there was some major dumping. And usually I call her.
Well, that's a big issue too,
Yeah,
with,
it's been me.
it's what streets are the town responsible for versus the state and the county. And all the other towns have the same problem, okay? They take care of the town roads, but getting the county or the state, or not a situation, the MTA, because that's a mess over by the train station, okay? So, it's maybe something that the towns can do to get together, okay, and get after the state and the county. You know, most of the people go up and down 25 and 58, okay, and that's really not a town road, okay? And one of the problems we have is when we have volunteers come, you gotta, you know, keep them off of those roads. You don't want them going out there and heaven help them and something happens. And,
Right,
okay, so.
understood.
All right, so I would like to, if, Chip, can you put up the flyer, please? Let's let everybody know how they can get involved in helping you on your Earth Day cleanup on Sunday, April 18th, beginning at 9 a.m.
28.
28.
What did I say?
April, you said 18.
28.
I'm sorry, April 28th. I need to break down and get glasses.
Oh,
So, they should be putting it up. There it is. And they can contact you on Facebook.
And my email is there too.
Yeah, like
In the
the
green.
Email
Shoreham
address.
has a QR code. That's another thing we need a little help with because it's coming from their Chamber of Commerce. So like to register, Shoreham Wading River has a QR code.
Okay,
We just have Deb's, you know, email, so if
Okay.
there's any way someone can figure that out for us.
all right. Well, I know that you guys really need volunteers, so anybody from the area that can come out that day and meet us here at 9 a.m. on the 28th of April, That would be great,
That'd be nice.
greatly appreciated. Be part of the solution, not the pollution.
Right.
That's a good quote.
I
like that.
read that the other day.
That's on the back of the new T-shirts.
Yeah.
Is it really?
It is.
I
typed it up.
promise I did not know that. I have not even seen the T-shirts.
They're down the basement in the
That's so funny.
the
All right.
town board
Thank you so
storage room.
much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
I look forward to
Thank
working
you,
with
folks. Thanks for
Thanks a
all
lot.
you do, and thanks for organizing this. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Deborah.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
That's really on the back of the T-shirt.
These are the new ones, so you're right on target.
Okay, next up for item 2, we have Steve Shoga and Brian DeLuca, matters surrounding updates, additions to art installments for Art in the Park Reflections. Dawn Thomas and Ken Testa, and I think we have Christy Verity here also for this.
We have Clayton Orhack.
And we have Clayton,
How are
yes,
you?
how are you, sir?
Very good.
Good.
Steve is not with us. Young boy is getting his tonsils out.
Oh,
It's ice cream afterwards.
That's what I said. Buy him those big ice pops.
absolutely. Well, welcome,
Ken joining
everybody.
us? Yes. Ken, how are you?
Just start out with everybody's names so the people at home know who's who up here. We have
Clayton Orhack. Local resident also. Right. Brian DeLuca.
Christy Verity.
Dawn Thomas.
And Ken Testa.
Okay. Who would like to start off?
I would love to have the
Excellent.
opportunity. I want to thank the board. This is my first chance getting in front of you guys as a new board here, new supervisor. Very excited to give you an update, essentially, and maybe a little bit of history on Art in the Park, because there's some new people here that may not be familiar with us. So our dates are chosen for this year for our illumination schedule. It's all free public art, but there are nights that we light the park. To give you a little short history, I worked in Manhattan for 16 years and went to Bryant Park frequently for lunch. And back in that day, Bryant Park was a little concerning to go to, and people asking for half your sandwich and or for lunch money. And it was kind of a shame because it was a beautiful park, and the city took it back. And if you haven't been there, during the holidays, they got all the beautiful kiosks, and they got ice skating, and they got movie nights, and I watched the transformation while I was working in the city. Coming out here, and my full-time paying job is the director of the Long Island Aquarium. I'm the president of the East End Tourism Alliance, and I am the past chair of Discover Long Island. So I am entrenched in the tourism industry and really have a firm belief that the arts can transform a community. 2016, I walked through the park and, really felt that it was underutilized, the public wasn't utilizing it, and that I felt there was an opportunity to transform the park. And this is Grangerville Park on Main Street. And I began a little research project myself. I'm a little bit of a Pinterest nerd and, setting up boards and looking at all different things, looked at art around the world and art events. And in 2017, I reached out to Dawn and Drew and Ken at the time, and I think it was probably one of the coldest days of the winter, and dragged them through the park and said, I have an idea. And I wanted to share this with them and basically, coin this Art in the Park and say, I think there's an opportunity to take the park back and make it a public space for the public to enjoy free art. And I got a green light from them. Gratefully, thankfully, and fortunately. Then I went back and said, oh, goodness, how do I go about doing this? And I'm a firm believer in the quote of it's 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, because it takes a hell of a lot to take tasks on. And I set up a meeting with the Chamber and the Business Improvement District at the time. Chamber president was Bob Kern, and welcomed the opportunity and the thoughts of doing this. He's an art fan himself. And Steve was with the bid, and just said, this sounds good. How do we go about it? And Bob introduced me to Clayton. And Clayton is a resident, a local artist, and a full-time artist, and a talented guy. And I said, well, this is a marriage for me made in heaven, because I don't have that skill set. Again, it's the inspiration, but really need someone to help drive things and make a curator on this project. Bob even coined it Reflections Riverhead, and so we worked early on together to get things rolling. we reached out. We got about 15 artists on board, and I think our first grant funding was through the bid, and we got match money from them, and Dawn got a grant through PSEG, and that was our first event. It was a downtown or hometown grant, or
It was their, downtown revitalization. It was $10,000.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was was a good kickstart for us. I was able to leverage a few other grants as well, and we started reaching out to artists and getting things implemented in the park. And I started creating things that I have always liked art, but just never really. I worked closely with Eli Fishman, who's the aquarium artist, and Clayton, and we started creating art inexpensively. Getting basically grants to cover the materials and not getting paid very much.
I think you lost the use of your garage at your own home.
Yes,
for a while.
yes, yes, and an upset wife because I spent a lot of nights and weekends. If we can just go to that first link. So this is the website that we have, which is the images. It has the events on there. We can go to the first link, yeah. And just to throw some kudos out to Diane Tucci and Amy Fideli. Diane has been instrumental, really, in building the website for us, doing social media marketing, the selection of music for the events, getting the jazz band there, getting the ballet group there, the event setup, breakdown. So it's been really helpful from Diane Tucci and Amy Fideli to be part of this operation. And Clayton and I, putting our blood, sweat, and tears in this on a pretty much each time we have an event. We're there early in the day to get the park set up, to light the park, illuminate the park. Otherwise, again, the sculptures are there, but we open up the shipping container, and I believe most of you have been there and have seen, what we've done. But, here's images of just, how we really transform the park with the lighted sculptures, and it's kind of unique for Suffolk County and Long Island, and we want to continue to build on it. Next slide. So we've gotten funding through the bid, which has been very helpful. For 3 years, they committed $7,500 to us. And, of course, that first PSEG grant. And then East End Tourism Alliance, of course, we get grants through the state. Empire State Development provided some funding. Rotary did some matching. We got omnibus funding, Suffolk County Cultural Grant money that we've applied for. Clayton did a piece with that. So I've been just pooling money together and trying to get as much financial support to continue putting art in the park and continuing free for the public, and then having our events. There is a grant that Dawn got and Ken have been working on, and we're getting additional power into the park. Pretty instrumental, pretty important, because I don't know if it's 100 amp service currently, and we're going to 200.
No, we're actually adding two 200s. It's 100 amp currently.
Yeah.
We'll have 500 amp. A lot of power.
Right.
You can do whatever you
A lot
want.
of power.
Whatever you want to do.
And what's been great, about that, that's going to take place is where we've been putting art today is based on where there's power. So, not the way you creatively want to do things, messes up our feng shui, but it's, we would do things a little differently in the park.
You can utilize the whole park then,
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of
exactly right.
being nailed down to one spot or another.
Yep. So, speaking with Ken and knowing that we have this latitude now on the go forward, there's some future art that we already have planned. Some of it's DRI money, some of it's other outsourced funding, and we're going to place things in other locations. So that grant, I know there's a timeline on that. We got a few hurdles there, but that looks like it's going to start sooner than later.
Right. Our goal is to try to have it done by June 1st. We've got the two services approved by Public Service Company, PSEG. They're approved, the accounts are applied for. All the long lead time material for the services has been ordered and received. Some of the stuff took a couple of months to get. The poles for the two service drops from the street are in stock, and we're just waiting on the weather. The contractor was going to do that last week, but it rained, and this week it's raining again. And the problem is, if you put the heavy truck in the park, we'll rip the park up, and it's too muddy.
Yeah.
So we're going to get those two poles in, get the services all set and wired in, and then what I'm going to do is put all the outlets in, as we discussed, and then we have a plan that we all met together with and decided where to put these outlets all over the place. That's still open. If you want to change that, I'll
run it by you one more time.
That'd be great, yes.
And we're going to do it in phases because we're using as much as possible in-house labor. And the in-house guys, I'm down from 4 to 2 because of FMLA, and they have street lights and traffic signals and a lot of other things. So rather than rip the whole park up and, and then not get it done, we're going to do it in sections. And I'm going to rely a little bit more on outside contractors than I intended to because of that shortness in staff. So I hope to have it by June 1st. If it's not done by June 1st, it will be 75, 80% done, and the park will be pristine. We'll leave it, we won't leave it disturbed.
No, that's exciting. That's
Yeah, we
great.
won't rip it up and leave. All of the services that are going in, right now, everything's fed for the art from the light poles. It's the only source of electric we have in the park, and the one panel by the pump house. And unfortunately, people are plugging phones in, they're plugging all kinds of other things into it. So at the bid's request and at the police department's request, everything is going to come back to master panels that will be lockable, heavy-duty stainless steel, and individually controlled by switches. So for every duplex outlet you guys have somewhere for a piece of artwork, if a piece of artwork doesn't go there, you leave it off.
Right.
You lock it off.
Yeah.
And then if you want to leave it off and then turn it on for an event, you'll have that option too.
Excuse me, they'll be locked off at the panel itself, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
there'll be 3 panels, they'll be locked, and
You'll obviously have access to that.
each quad box, 4 outlets, will go back to its own circuit breaker. And those we're gonna make as well, stainless steel,
Right.
lockable, so people can't try to plug into them if one is left
Well,
over.
once after a few weeks, people realize, the gig is up, they can't,
No more
charge
free,
their
no
phones.
more
or-
free juice.
Yeah, because that was a big draw, for people when then they're hanging out while their phone's charging, and then they're, eating and,
been a problem.
Yeah.
boozing in there.
You really
Yeah.
can't shut the lights off, we
Right.
have to turn them off
That's
every
great.
morning and turn them on.
And some things get hardwired too. Should we decide to do that, or?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
We-
That's a
putting
big
something
step.
Permanent, and we'll get it hardwired.
And that's a big step in making the public comfortable walking through the park. The nights we have there, the police steps up their patrols when we have our events. But we want people going through. We want to take the park back, and I think taking the charging stations away, they're not hanging around for hours while their phone charges.
Right.
So I think that's a big step and really helpful, and I appreciate everybody's effort as always there. Next slide is just going over the Oktoberfest. So we've done this for 3 years now using our local breweries. And we got COVID one year and rained out another. So it's, I don't know if I call this one the 4th annual or not, but we are getting tents this year. So, we're throwing a few more dollars at this. Really, again, I think that is unique. There's not too many Oktoberfests happening on Long Island, if not the East End. And, the intention is to start to bring this down the river. Once Town Square comes on, if we get this rolling, we have people coming in Lederhosen. I think Bob's going to come dressed this year, he
Yep.
said. And, I think it's just, I think it's a fun event. And, we have beer stein holding contests. We bring an authentic German band in. And we use the brewery, so we're excited about
And it is
continuing
not
to do that.
easy holding that stuff. Oh, that's easy, I can win
Yeah.
that.
Have to
Yep,
start
good luck, you
practicing
try
now.
it. You try
Yeah,
it.
we've had one guy though win 2 years in a row, so he's and then we like the park at night, so that's a good way to introduce the public to the park. So we'll look to continue that, support our local breweries, and get our bid businesses in there and host an event that's reasonably unique.
It's good you're announcing this now because it gives us time to train.
Yeah, that's it. Good
Train and
deal.
train.
Next is a new sculpture that Eli Fishman did the welding up, and jump back. Yep, there you go. And this is a 14-foot giant green sea turtle. I do the plexi work and the lighting work. This is a drone footage in my driveway.
Out of the garage.
Out of the garage. Yep. The flippers actually do come off because it's too wide for the road. I put myself there just as a perspective. You see the size of this beauty. Yeah. And it's a fantastic piece. Came out great, and I think every piece that we put in thereafter, you see the bottom is open, all the lighting in there, making access panels. You can see my lawn. Look at that.
No litter, that's good.
Yeah. So it's a unique piece, and again, I think we just keep stepping up the game here, and this really proud of this piece. And Eli just did an unbelievable job welding this up. It's all stainless steel, and then
So I was going to ask you, it looks like it's lead stained glass, but it's stainless steel too.
It's stainless steel with plexiglass, the quarter-inch solid color plexiglass.
That's
So-
gorgeous. Oh, look
And then
at
this
that.
is in the driveway at night. So
Wow.
again, hold on.
Okay, go
What
back,
happened?
go back.
Just go back to the still. Yeah, there's stills. The next slide is a still.
It's moving.
Yeah, I don't know that girl, honey.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the image at night. I know. So that's just that. Basically, a lot of thought put into the design-wise. It's really to scale also, and looking forward to installing that in the park. Yeah. So we can jump. Next. Lighted. Yep. Take it in, folks. All right. So, in part, why we're here today too is also to discuss the next DRI project, and that is we can go back to that Vortex Bridge. So this was proposed to the state with the DRI, the funding that the bid received, part of the $10 million that Dawn and the team got there for the town, and the bid ended up applying for $250 for art installations, and they'll be doing some of the work in the park, and they'll be doing some murals also. So Clayton's has been designated to do this piece. He's already been communicating with Ken. This is a piece that we're proposing to put on the wood walking bridge, the first bridge in the park, the lengthy bridge. This happens to be a bridge. I think it's in St. Louis. This is a walking one, but there's also a vehicle one also there. So conceptually, this is where we're at. We think it's a very cool look, and believe Clayton and his many talents can bring this to the table for us, or bring it to the bridge, and get this done. So working with Ken, making sure the loads and everything appropriately, and the right power source and so on. So this is our first DRI project. We will have it in probably by the Oktoberfest,
We will.
one of our last events. Clayton says we will. That's it. Hold him to it. Public meeting, Clayton. So we're excited that the first DRI spending is potentially going to be in the park. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but we're excited about that and show the state that we are stepping up our game and using the DRI dollars. So really excited about that piece going on the bridge. Next piece is a pretty cool crescent moon, which is a seat. And East End Arts got some grant money through the state, and that's another project that Clayton's working on with Diane Burke and East End Arts. So that's going in the park as well, and that'll be in.
So this piece will also incorporate solar panels, the type that they use on a boat, flexible panels. So it'll be in conjunction with that, and then if it's cloudy or whatever for a couple of days, then it'll be backed up the power for the inside. The piece I'm making is a bit larger. The dimensions are 20 inches wide, and it's going to be about 14 feet, maybe 15 feet tall. Everything's constructed of 1 inch, quarter-inch wall, 1 inch square aluminum tubing, which I bent to a template on the driveway, not the garage. And then there's also struts of 1 inch by 4 inch structural aluminum as some of the cross bracing. The final step will be to make the faces. Unfortunately, it's too big for me to be able to make them in one piece. I can't get material that wide, so I have to make a discrete seam, and then the frame. And the final thing is to decide where we're really going to nail this thing down in the park, so it can be seen, hopefully from Peconic Avenue, from Main Street maybe, and then very evident in the park itself.
So again, all lighted sculptures. So the nights we do light the park, it's like nothing else in Suffolk County, and I like to brag about that for our town here. Next piece is another DRI grant. This is definitely 2025. This is a pretty ambitious undertaking. Over the winter break, I was in where was I? I was in Dominican Republic, and they had in the restaurant these wood sculptures hanging overhead, and as my wheels are turning, I'm going, boy, wouldn't that be cool to make something like a child's mobile over a crib, and making this thing rotate, undulate, and really create this movement of this. It'd be the same type of work that we're doing with the stainless steel and plexiglass and interior lighting. I think it looks beautiful. The seahorse is gorgeous at night when you see it. And, so we'd be 4 pieces, 4 different, maybe a hammerhead shark, a tuna, a ray and a squid or a jellyfish. So Clayton and Eli will be doing some of the work on this, and Clayton as well. And we've met a couple times at Twin Forks over beers, trying to figure out how to engineer this thing. Short of calling Ken and begging for
I
help,
would have loved to meet you for a couple of days.
really, actually, struggling trying to really, make this work mechanically. How to keep those things lighted while it's still rotating and undulating and all these things. And I'll say I had a little epiphany, and I realized that Stony Brook University has an engineering department. Set up a call with the administration and got the department head on the phone. Gave him a very rudimentary drawing. This one Eli did, but I gave him a real pencil sketch. And the Stony Brook University students are taking this on in the fall.
Wow.
As a
Great.
prize.
That's good. That's really good.
Is this made to look like water in the center? Because it looks like a waterfall.
Yeah, so the center can take on a couple looking. It could look like a school of fish lighted with fish on the outside. It could look like a giant whale on either side. The robotics and engineering team are taking this on at Stony Brook as a fall project for their students. And they don't do the structural part, but they have a structural engineering department, and they already got approval from that team. So we're really excited to work with the university.
That's really good.
Yeah. So it's going to be overhead. It'll be about 9 feet over your head, and this rotating thing. So and it's going to be a pretty unique piece, and we'll be leveraging other grant money with the DRI grant money. Next image is just some sketches, that we're going to get to the university. Did you run out of power there? That we'll be sharing with the university department there, so they can, give us, here's what we want to build, and they'll tell us what they really can do engineering-wise, and what's possible, what's plausible or not. So, but that's definitely a 25 project that's going to, take us time to get that all executed, but excited.
Excellent work, and we gratefully appreciate everything you're doing for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, sure. And then just two last things. I was going to show you basically in the park where those things were going. So the turtle's going, so if you can know where the shipping container is, and the fish ladder, the river, the fish ladder, and then that open piece of grass before the path and the stage. We're going to put the turtle there. So there's no power there currently, but it's on the drawing that we did because I knew I was putting this piece there. So we're excited about that.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay, so we're going to get this to the Stony Brook team. So option A and B. One is could be giant whales on either side of that structural piece, which might be an I-beam or however they think, or wrapped with, let's say, a chicken wire with lighting and all types of fish or things on it there, just to lend to the design. And then the next is just in the park where it was going to go, right? So. Lastly, it's we could always use financial support. I'm scrounging for grants everywhere we go. We did get the community development block grant money, which is really towards the end of October or so. I think will be coming in the picture there. Rotary gives us money. We get money from the sponsors. Rotaries are definitely help, but we definitely can use financial sponsors. And if you know anybody that's has a passion for the arts, it'd be great. And and then volunteers. We've attempted to get volunteers in the past, and it's Clayton and I volunteering, unfortunately. And we've had to go from 6 events to 4 because it's just super time consuming while we're trying to create the art, build the art, make the art, and put on the events. And I'd like to see every one of you at a damn event too, every time. Have the schedule now. Not just the Oktoberfest.
But I'm good at that.
So Brian,
Yes, sir.
Just a couple of things. I would reach out to the ROTC. It's in there. They have their volunteer programs,
Okay.
and they're good. How many pieces? Because having been involved in this, what I really like, and Ken, this is great. You're doing the electric work. Is it gets lit 4 nights. The show goes on, there's music, but it would be great if a lot of pieces were lit, so anytime anybody was downtown, they could be directed, after a restaurant, maybe
Sure.
there won't be music, but, everything's lit
Well,
up.
I would say 70% are lit, with the exception of putting out those recycled barrels and opening up the shipping container. The fish is lit at night, the seahorse is lit.
Okay, good.
The Riverhead Rocks is lit.
Good.
I think it's a reasonable amount, Are you doing the lighting over in the park too? I know the Southampton lights were the LED. They were
Yeah, that's still up in the air a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to try to finish the riverfront first and see if we have enough money left over, because we wanted to do 100% of the riverfront, not 75%.
Sure.
So if there's money left over and the riverfront getting ready to start very soon.
Right.
Lights are on order.
There's like 3 different lamp heads down there now, so we
Yeah.
want to unify them and make them sort of match
Right.
what's in Grangeable. But when we applied for the grant, which was a couple of years back, the cost went up tremendously. So Frank
Double,
was,
like double, yeah.
Frank and Ken worked on an EECBG, which was like a supplementary amount of money we were able to get. And gratefully, that's going to allow us to get the whole riverfront done. And then we'll figure out what to do with the rest of it, but we'll always come up with something somehow.
You can go to the last slide there, Chip. The expression "it takes a village." Clearly, the inspiration, but not having Clayton involved, that we wouldn't be where we are, or Eli Fishman, or the bid, is just they helped fund us for 3 years, and they wanted me to be self-sustaining, but quite frankly, a lot of the grants were free public art written grants, and so there's not really a self-sustaining business model to this, to monetize this, because we're not charging people to go in the park essentially, and even when we have events, so the Oktoberfest and so forth, it's all free. So the beer's not free, but essentially,
Ken's buying that,
so essentially, we still need a funding source, and working on trying to get our omnibus money increased, and
Where do businesses go to find that sponsorship? Is it
so on our
different
website,
routes?
there's contact information, which is me, and there's all different tiers. They can sponsor an artist, they can sponsor a piece, they could be a primary. Without question, there's a litany of opportunities, and I can customize it in any such way based on their contribution. But again,
something that the grants don't cover is maintenance of the pieces, and just over time they need to be cleaned. But we did a walkthrough recently and found, unfortunately, some of the solar panels and the seesaws were broken, and the handles were broken, and so there's repair and maintenance with those pieces as well. So it's where those
yeah, I've learned I can't leave an extension cord out. I can't leave a lighting piece. It just disappears.
Right.
So, and then the general maintenance. Lights go out and things fail, and and it's challenging to help maintain that stuff. But we try to find the time to address that. But again, it takes a village, and without this team here, Dawn, and getting grants, and the bid, and Ken, and Bob's help in the past, we couldn't do it. So I appreciate the group effort, and we're going to continue to keep adding in the park, and we're going to start coming down the river to Town Square. I mean, that's the objective. So once Town Square is up and looking good, we're going to be complementing that with public art. And again, I'm a firm believer that it can transform a community with getting people to come and enjoy the art.
Well, let me just say this. I know the park intimately. I was a foot patrol officer downtown when I started out in my early days in the police department. And from when I look back to what it was then and what it is today, and I know there is still an occasional issue down there, but you have transformed the park with your work into a place where people feel comfortable in being. And that was a big plus, not only having the art and having a beautiful park, but it transformed it into a place where people are not afraid to walk from the county center through the park, come to lunch in Riverhead at their lunchtime, and then go back through again. Many years ago, that wasn't happening. So what you've done down there has transformed already, and we're very proud of that. We thank you at the bottom of our hearts for what you've done down there. And we know there's more to come, and that turtle that awes me. That is a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. And I do go to most of the events down there, and they have been well done and well attended. And keep up the good work, guys. You're
Yeah.
helping to put us on the map big time, so we appreciate that.
We have a seahorse aquarium at our house. My wife just loves that piece.
Yeah, so Clayton welded up and did that whole welding, and I did the plexi and lighting work. I mean, again, everything's collaborative, and, you know, we found the right partners between, you know, Clayton and Eli, and, you know, we're getting things done, you know? And happy to continue doing it, and happy to, you know, continue getting funding, and we can keep going on and on.
And part of the public art initiative, as part of that DRI grant, we're splitting with Reflections, working together. We'll be refreshing the shipping container.
Yep.
And then we're also working with environmental artist Tony Valderrama, who he's going to do a mural on there, and some other activation to promote, you know, like local inhabitants and the landscape and things like that. And I am on the anti-litter committee as well. And part of the murals that we're going to be doing and utilizing those funds for beautification and improvements to things like picnic tables and garbage pails, bike racks, things like that, but also incorporate programming into that. So whether it's through wraps, you know, informational material, teaching people the impacts that litter and their actions have on the environment and the Peconic River and the landscape downtown. So
Jack
we'll come together and see big things in the next couple of years coming down.
Yeah. All good.
Great work.
It's,
Very exciting.
it is, it's amazing, I have to say.
Light it
When
up.
you ride down Peconic Avenue at night, and with the stuff that's lit up, it has transformed that whole area.
Yeah, I mean, Clayton did the giant R, which is,
Yep.
you know, either for Riverhead or Reflections, whatever you want to believe. But it's you know, it's a cool piece, and
It's
it's
so
a welcoming
similar,
piece.
similar to the R on the Riverhead Blue Wave. So
Yeah.
we
That's,
know
that
what
was,
Riverhead.
Bob picked out that
Yeah.
front.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
So,
Good stuff, really good stuff. Thank you guys
Yeah,
so much.
my pleasure, my pleasure. Happy to do
Looking
it.
forward to the events this year.
Thank you, thank you.
Have a good day.
Light it up.
Light it up.
Light it up.
Good. Thank you. Okay, next up, we have matters surrounding improvements to Channel 22, and that's with Chip Kremborg and Justin Fisher. Who's gonna man the
I
booth?
was just thinking.
Yeah, really.
Where's Devin?
Come on down, fellas.
Devin can do it. She can do everything.
Yeah. Devin's training Debbie to run the booth too.
Joe?
Justin, last time you didn't have the camera on, can you be on TV now? We're gonna keep your secret.
She called me this morning.
Yeah, that's the way I set up the camera.
Hello.
So, where's the microphone?
Don't touch it.
Speak up, Chip.
Lean in.
Yes.
All right, lean in. Because we have all this new technology in the booth, and we have a wonderful new employee in IT who has a lot of artistic, creative ideas, we've been expanding on the Channel 22 programming and display of information in order to present more current, meaningful information to the constituents. Justin has been feverishly working on the graphics for the broadcasted meetings and how to display the agendas. And we have a ticker at the bottom of the screen. You want to expand on that?
Yeah, so I wanted there to be more information for the public, and we were thinking of ways to do that. And one of the ways that we thought of after we had the emergency broadcast up, which we have available now with the red ticker that you guys saw during the snowstorm. So we're like, okay, well, we could do a different color that's not as alarming, and we could just have like current events and news, basically anything the town board thinks is relevant for the citizens of the town.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also had the idea of incorporating flyers in between the sessions, which could also be given to us by any of the departments as long as you guys approve it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
The
really
flyer
good,
would have
really
been
good.
perfect to do with
Well,
that.
actually, Justin told me this morning that if we're able to put it in horizontal form, we'll be able to get it on there.
Ah,
So I did tell that to the committee.
We need like 3x4 format, right? Is that basically? I think that's what it is for TV.
It might be, yeah, I think that's what it is.
So the reflections that, in the park, that they had the dates of all of their events, they could put something like that, a flyer
Correct.
up with
Yes.
that on there as well.
Yep.
That'd be great.
You get
There's
the flyer.
a lot that we
Yeah,
can
put
put
that
up.
up right here. Put it on the screen. Coming up. Should be up on the screen now.
So this is an example of the flyer that we made as a template. And so, say the zoning board of appeals wants to announce that they're changing the start time of their meetings. You know, it tells you what department it is, and it's all the same colors for the town of Riverhead. Nice big font so everyone can read it.
That was great.
If you have consistent
That's
information, maybe departmental information, this could be the standard for a lot of departmental changes or
Good
events that happen. Good.
That's
You know,
very nice. That's clean and crisp too. The message is clear. I mean, it's right there in front of you. There's not a lot of busyness around in it. It gets right to the point. I like that a lot.
And it's not just flyers, we could have videos as well. So
Right.
if we take interviews of people who work for the town,
Again, that's,
and we can incorporate the videos in between the sessions as a video filler.
That's something that had come up in some of the committee meetings I had, that they would love to see the videos of, let's say, the sewer department, what they're actually doing, or the water district, what they're doing. That would be great informational videos for the town, for people of the town to see what.
Is there a
What
way
they
to get
do.
something like this online for people that don't have access to Channel 22? Because if you have like the dish or something like that, you can't get Channel 22, right?
So our streaming is also live on our website, so you can see Channel 22, whatever's being broadcast, pre-recorded meeting, previously recorded meetings, or when we're actually live. Right now, we're live, and you can go to our town's website, click a Channel 22 link, and see
Live stream.
us
Okay.
right now.
And this is a archived video that he's going to play right now. So you could see past videos as well that you missed.
So why don't you describe what you've done here with the change in the agenda role?
So, you know, town seal is visible. They know it's the town of Riverhead. Every single time there's going to be the session name, it's whether it's the town board meeting or zoning board of appeals. It's going to be right there the whole time with the time and the date stamped. It's all automated. And this scrolling feature that we've always used with the agenda roll, I've incorporated it into other aspects of the meetings. Whereas in the past, it would have just been a big block of text over the whole screen, and it would be covering everything up. But now we have the option to pause and stop and resume, and I think that you guys have seen me do that with the resolutions already. And there's also some animation graphics, which you'll see in a second here, where things don't just blip in and out. They
In a
actually
situation that went from not really any
not gonna see it, I
possibility
guess.
to 140.
It's okay. But we also
Is
introduced a
that one
timer.
big? It seems
So the
the
timer that
Oh,
everyone can see in the
wow.
room.
Sure, nice.
months and months.
Now, the person on the Zoom call,
I mean, it would be
they'll know how much time they have left, because I'll have it up there.
That's neat. Very creative.
45 minutes.
I'm so glad you decided to take this position.
Yes.
I'm very glad I decided to take it too.
This is where you're scrolling the resolutions as they're being voted on.
Gotcha.
Everybody knows exactly what you're talking about.
I had an idea. What about the video that the litter committee just was showing us? We put that up there, kind of like
Yes.
getting people aware of, you know,
It could definitely be.
don't be
another.
shame. It's almost like shaming. Like, don't
Right.
become this. Let's help our town not stay like this. Let's fix
Absolutely.
it. That'd be great.
All types of commercial type filler, town-related events, videos that we've taken, videos that are provided by the anti-litter committee. Of course, we can put that up there.
So, the work you're doing is absolutely phenomenal. Even I think I threw a few challenges out to you in the hallway outside, and like it was like done instantaneously. You guys are phenomenal. My one question to go to the next level, so I'll always put a challenge ahead of you, is like, do we have the ability on our own? Do we have our own camera system in terms of where we can just like go around it and do our own interviews and throughout the town and show some different formats and start like just between segments, like you say, between one board meeting and the next?
We're jumping ahead to our next topic.
Okay.
You got it.
Awesome.
You're very insightful there. We just got our new camera, which is essentially an iPhone, and a joystick, which is stabilized. So hopefully it produces
quality.
professional quality
Yes.
videos instead of shaky
Mhm.
iPhone videos. Justin and I've started to come up with the workflow of recording and then editing and all the post processing there.
Yeah.
We'll take videos at the direction of the board, whatever departments or events need to be run, and we're also looking forward to potentially doing live stream capability because it's a phone. So maybe the cardboard boat race or something like that.
Right.
Anything. Or off-site events.
This is all awesome. This is, everything you've done is just another step better, so.
Well, Justin is
Good
taking,
stuff.
Jason, we've got a lot of Jasons.
I'm
and
always
Justins.
Jason.
Justin is really digging into the capabilities of the graphics that are in the new TV booth, and he's doing a great job.
Thank you for that, because in the past, I mean, you're really utilizing the technology, which I think is important.
Oh, another thing that I did, which I forgot to mention, was, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's a digital town seal.
That's right.
In the recordings and in the broadcasts. That's not actually the town seal that's behind you. It's a digital one to make it more clear
Vibrant and, right.
and
more
have more
focused.
clarity. Now, we could
Could you do that with the town board myself? Can I get a digital picture of
turn you on to cartoons.
talking?
With AI, I could turn you on to cartoons.
I want to show my long flowing hair. That would be great.
You know, 10 years ago, that would be a joke, but I actually could turn you on to cartoons.
All right.
Well, there are people in the public that would love that, I'm sure. Very good. Oh, this is very impressive. We really appreciate it. And, you know, artistic freedom is great, so
I appreciate it. Thank you.
we're happy to let you have that.
And it's great when people come in the lobby as well. I mean, the TV's there, it's being utilized, and you see
right.
people, I come in the front door and there's people standing in front of it, watching and reading and doing, it's a great message board as well.
As we build a little library of videos as well, we intend to plug something into that television to like a kiosk, just rolling.
Yes,
Yep.
instead of the historical photos all the time.
Right.
Right now, what
They
I've
get
got
old.
is just a sign to tell people to check in with the officer. That's what I've been putting up there.
In looking at this, it looks so clean and crisp and uncluttered.
Right.
I'm wondering what the board thinks about removing the flags.
The lower ones you're talking about
Yeah.
here?
I like them.
You do? Okay.
I would tend to favor moving them just because it, but I would leave the ones on the exit door.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I just,
When it comes to graphical continuity, because I'm using all the same colors in the graphics as the town seal.
Right.
I just drop the colors
Yeah.
in. That side of me says get rid of the extra flags because it will just add more continuity of color. But the patriotic side of me is like, leave them up.
Well, what about because just that we're looking at a recording, so where the flags are specifically talking about these, is there ability to go across the dais, like right across, like for example, when it's breast cancer month, awareness month, can you do like the pink ribbons and so forth? Can we
that's a
change
great
it on a
idea.
monthly
I
basis
can
to have a little
definitely-
bit of a background right across here, making things,
I can definitely do that. Another thing that I was experimenting with is I could have digital placards for you guys that show your names and your titles right across the front of the
You know
table.
what? To Ken's point,
even
and your
like back the
point,
blue flag across, little things that
no,
is-
but
as-
can,
Right.
can
we
you
just
do
had Black History Month.
Can
We
you
could
do like
definitely do
red? Can you do red, white, and blue stripes right underneath where where the city, where the flags are? If you can change the colors, this way we have that, but maybe we just look a little cleaner.
Yeah, I could definitely make it digital instead.
Right, that's great.
And, I'd have to change it depending on whether or not it's a work session or not, because you guys would be down there, obviously, you don't want the things going over your faces.
Oh,
Right. They're on top
It
of
won't scare anybody either, so it might not be a bad idea.
In that shot,
Yeah.
Tim, if you stand up, you're behind the seal.
Oh, that's cool.
One of the things I was saying to Chip is that the material makes the work. You have
does
to.
that happen?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's play hide and seek.
So I can just hide if I want to. Okay. I just have to stand up.
What I've been doing when you guys do the pledge is I've added a graphic that says pledge, which is cool. And also, I remove if I'm fast enough, I remove the town seal temporarily when you're standing up, so it's not cutting you off.
Right,
And then I've been using a different camera view, so you can actually get a better view of the flag.
I love the idea of putting different color banners for different
Yeah, I do
awareness
too.
month.
Yeah.
That, you
It
know,
would take these flags down.
domestic
and-
violence
St.
awareness.
Patrick's Day, you've got
Breast cancer.
that, you know, I mean,
Yep.
that's excellent.
Another idea that I had, which I'll run by you guys now since I have the opportunity, is where you see the resolutions, the
Mhm.
word resolutions. When it's smaller things, it doesn't take up as much space, and that resolutions area is clear. I could put things like holiday images or other celebratory images in that spot if you guys are okay with it.
You know what I was just thinking? We could do the employee of the quarter. Maybe every now and then put them up there in that spot, or something to give them some extra attention. You know, it's just a thought.
Yeah. But that's also a good idea, that you can put, you know, images of holiday images. You know, I think that's, I mean, you're really utilizing the space
Yeah.
you have, which is, before you know it, you'll have Justin's news team is going to be out there. And I would imagine you got the iPhone 15 to do the videos,
Of course
right?
I did.
Okay. Because they are,
Yeah.
well, you know, okay.
And we've been watching all the news channels. Of course, my favorite one, you know what that is. And all of those, you know, you really watch the graphics at the bottom and how they lay out the information.
Right.
The logos, things like that.
Yeah.
And try to
Great.
just
Great stuff.
Yeah, we tried to take the best aspects of all the things that we were watching, and then also in consideration of the audience. Like, we want our audience to be able to read all the information. Like, it's not enough to just put the information on the screen. It has to be legible, and it has to be clear.
Yeah, and your speed in the banner is really, really good because you have the time to read it.
And while you're here, do you want to tell the board, I don't know if you did, about what you guys did with the sound in the room?
oh you mean after the build or recently with the
Recently,
The
where,
calibration that we did,
Yes.
where you could
Yeah.
walk back and forth.
So when we built the whole room, we had all of the speakers pretty much at the same level. But I think you all know we had some feedback issues.
Right.
So what we did is ramp the sound levels lower and lower in these ceiling speaker rows as we approached the board. Because we didn't want the speakers to reflect off this table and cause that feedback. And it's really made the sound quality better overall. But we learned when you have a Zoom participant though,
Oh, yeah. I know.
It sounds like they're talking from the stands.
that's the next thing we have to figure out.
Yeah.
You guys don't hear that Zoom person as well as you hear somebody speaking at the podium.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have to,
And I
we
always
have to
think it's,
compensate for that now.
okay.
Even just be a small
You'll figure that
speakers
out.
up here underneath the dais.
that might
just
be something
where
as a
that we
monitor
can
back
even adjust
there.
our own little speaker.
Yeah, I think that could be what we do with the stage monitor.
The
you guys
stage
have been
monitor would
working
work.
so hard.
What's that?
You guys have been working so hard. It shows everything that you've been doing.
Take a lot of pride in it. I want it to look good.
You should be very proud.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Great
Yeah,
job.
there were some of the graphics animations I was talking
Oh,
about.
look at that.
Flipping it around?
Stand up, Tim.
Stand up and disappear.
All right.
Very, very good.
Awesome.
Excellent work.
Thank you,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll move on to the last topic I believe we have on for today, an open session. And it's matters surrounding a marketing campaign for the town of Riverhead. And this is kind of ties in a lot of what we talked about today. It's something I always wanted to do, and I've been working with the staff, with my staff, in trying to create different things that we can do to feature the town of Riverhead. We feel we don't get a fair shake. Tim, no intent on you, but we don't feel we get a fair shake through the media on all the positive things that are going on in the town. And it's easy to put a headline up for something negative, but there's so many good things that go on that just get casted aside and don't get talked about, discussed, or showcased. So we've come up with something where we're looking to basically a marketing campaign featuring the good in our great town. And we're kicking around some names for it now. This is Riverhead, Rooted in Riverhead, Choose Riverhead, Riverhead in Motion, Riverhead Rising, Above and Beyond Riverhead. We're kicking around some names for it. And within this campaign, we're going to do various things. And they're going to include some short media clips on things such as the project progress of projects that are going on in the town, whether it be the town square, the TOD, the parking garage. We have many irons in the fire right now, so there's a lot of topics to choose from. We can put on media clips of renderings of the future town projects. So when we get like the future, the renderings of the town square, we can post them up so people can see that. We're looking for public engagement for downtown for the revitalization effort. Post-meeting interviews. After a big board meeting, maybe there's something we still want to discuss. We can discuss it and put it right onto a video clip. All of our town events. The bid puts some wonderful events together, keeping our downtown active, where we can go out and we can do interviews at these events. We can do different things. The Senior Citizen Center events. They have dances, they have holiday parties. We can put some video clips up of that. Recreation department, with all the pickleball games and tournaments and yoga at the beach and everything else. These are all things we can feature on our site to, again, promote the good. Shots up at the ice rink, shots up at Scotts Point, just things that our town, the amenities that we have, and we want to bolster that to the public, to let them know. A lot of people don't, even though they live here, they aren't aware of some of the things that we have. So we just want to open that up. We want to do a spot called Did You Know? Featuring a spot with trivia type facts about historic buildings and facts maybe including old photographs. We can feature our job openings and do that. It's another way than just putting it on the website, putting it out there, expose what's available, let people know. Departmental announcements and accomplishments. Perfect example, our engineering department, when they opened up the boat ramp at Reeves Beach after all the destruction that was down there. We can take videos of that, show that it's open, show the work that was done, the before and after. One thing, and this is where it all kind of grew from, and it's something we're calling the banner business. I wanted to recognize the commercial properties in the town that have gone above and beyond. They have that pristine front space in front of their business. There is no litter on their property. Beautifully decorated during the holiday seasons. There's so many business entities we have in town that do that, and they really don't get recognition for it. And this is what we want to do. We want to maybe bring them in, give them a proclamation. We want to feature their business and why we're giving them that proclamation. And it's just, they need to be rewarded for it, because we have enough bad characters that don't take care of their property. And I also kind of wanted to create a wall of shame for those that don't, but I was advised by legal I shouldn't do that. But you know what? They need to be held responsible too, and we can do our part of that, but we're hoping that maybe featuring and spotlighting the good, it will put a candle under some derrieres of other businesses and make them step up their game. So I think that's part of where I was coming from when I wanted to do this about the businesses. And we have some beautiful businesses. That I would like to have, like, board members each month or every other month, whatever we set it up with, pick, everybody take a turn picking a business that stands out in your mind, that's doing the right thing in the town. It's beautiful looking. They support charities in the community, whatever it could be. We just need to highlight them. And I think it engages the board to get out in our community and see what's out there and say, hey, that place, I drive by it every day, and you know what, it's gorgeous. I'm going to nominate them. And everybody will have a chance to do that. That ties into what we did at our town board meeting, when we recognized the Hubbard Family Electric business. There's so many generational family businesses in this town who want to do the same thing. And I don't want to give away any ideas of who it might be, but there's so many to choose from. You got I will give it away. You got like Griffin Hardwares, you got Waddell Signs, you got Crescent Duck Farm, you got Papa Nick's, you got all these places that have been generational and stood by the town of Riverhead and made Riverhead a better place because of what they've done and what they do. They need to be recognized for that. So this is all part of what we want to put together, and thank God we have Justin up there now, because he's going to help us with a lot of this, with the video and the editing and everything else. So we're really looking to promote our town. Employee achievements, promotions. Denise, like you said, we could put up there, absolutely. They need to be recognized just above and beyond this room for the work our workers do. We have incredible employees in this town. We have incredibly talented employees that can take care of things, and our buildings and grounds just comes to mind. That you need something, they'll build it. They build it, and it's like they don't have a set of plans. They're using their minds. They put this together, and we're so much better off because of it. So these things need to be exposed to the public. Any accomplishments, even if they have in their outside life, if they're getting proclamations or something for charity work that they do or something they're involved in, we need to expose these people for what they are, and it's all positive. And this will include proclamations and certificates at town board meetings. What we'd like to do is we'd like to go department from department, department to department, and we have something called This is Riverhead, and it would be a department's spotlight on each department. Again, the public doesn't really know everything that these departments do. And there's so much work that all of them do that everybody takes for granted, but it makes this place such a nice town to be in. We need to showcase that. We need the public to know what our employees are doing. So in a nutshell, that's really what we're trying to do. And I'm going to encourage full participation of the board for any thoughts and ideas. We have some questions for videos and list of departments that we want to do and such, but I expect a full engagement from the board to help out with this. And we all take turns picking and choosing, and I think it's going to be a win-win program. It's just positivity this town needs that we're not getting from other venues.
I agree.
Okay?
Excellent.
Any thoughts, concerns, questions?
My thoughts are, immediately is that, like, the Wells have been farming since the
Perfect.
1600s.
Absolutely,
And in
absolutely,
fact,
yes.
First supervisor was a Wells.
Yes. There's so much to choose from, Bob. So many farming families fit into that
Absolutely.
generation.
Yep, Schmitz.
And unfortunately, we're losing some of the generational farmers, but this all needs to be recognized. This is our community. This is why we love our community. This is why we all live here and work here. And these things just need to be showcased, so. Okay?
This is great.
Yeah,
All right.
I love it.
Awesome. I appreciate it, and I'm going to tell you that that's the end of our open session today, and we have no resolutions today. We will be breaking momentarily to go into executive session on personnel matters surrounding the change in status of an employee. That will be Howard, Striplin, T.O., and Coyne. We have matters surrounding change in status of another employee. That will be Howard and Striplin, T.O. And then we have matters surrounding the change in status of yet a third employee, and that will be Howard and Striplin, T.O. We have two contractual items that we're going to talk about. One is matters surrounding possible sale of real property. That will be Howard, Prudente, and Thomas. And we have a matter surrounding the change to contractual agreements with the attorney, and that will be done through, also done through Howard. And that takes care of what we have for today. I do have one quick announcement. I just have to find it. And Joanne, this is regarding what you did. Just a reminder to the residents that all are invited to the first annual raising of the Irish flag on Wednesday, March 13, 2024, at 5:30 p.m. at the George Young Community Center, North Lawn. This is in anticipation of the annual Jamesport St. Patrick's Day Parade taking place Saturday, March 30th, 1 p.m. in Jamesport. You have to go to this parade. This is a great parade. Joanne, do you have anything else you'd like to add to that? Or
No, you did a great job. Thank you.
Will we have our promotional crew on standby at the parade? gets our first video
That's right.
collected.
Well, this is the whole idea of this, and I think, yes, we will.
I tried to
And
get
for the flag
artwork
raising.
from your
Yes,
Instagram.
absolutely.
Because I wanted to put it
Awesome
online,
job.
I couldn't.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, that being all of our business to conduct an open session, I'd like to have a motion to close the work session and go into executive session.
I make
So
a motion?
All in favor?
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed? We are closed, and we will be going to executive session. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.